A good Wednesday morning, everybody. Day 3 of the Prodigal series that I felt like the Lord has laid on my heart. Let's jump right in. Today, we're going to talk about when you hit rock bottom. We're going to talk about the prodigal son that was in the pigsty. As it says here in Luke chapter 15, once again, Luke 15, 11 through 31, I encourage you to read it yourself and just think about Jesus and the love of the Father for you who have maybe fallen short, who have squandered things away. God is there waiting for you with open arms as we will continue this week. And we'll see that the prodigal's father welcomed him home with open arms. It says here in verse 15 of Luke 15, so when he went and hired himself out to a citizen of that country who sent him to his fields to feed pigs, he longed to fill his stomach with the pods that the pigs were eating, but not one gave him anything. Verse 17, when he came to his senses, he said, how many of my father's hired servants have food to spare, and here I am starving to death. I wrote this down. It was in the pigsty that the son came to himself. In his lowest, dirtiest part of his life. How many of you can relate? Maybe now, but maybe in the past that you've been at your lowest and you felt dirty, full of shame, full of guilt, full of frustration about yourself, of how far you've walked away from God and put yourself in this pigsty. It says this is being stripped of himself in that moment. The prodigal was stripped of his pride. He was stripped of all that he had. He was literally sleeping with pigs and trying to eat the pods that the pigs were being fed with. He was at the lowest part of his life. This led him to true self-reflection and a desire to return home. I want to go to Matthew 11, verse 28. Come to me. This is Jesus speaking, so listen. Come to me, all who are weary and heavy burden, and I will give you rest. Man, the prodigal son was right here in the midst of the lowest part of his life. He'd come from a family where he was loved and he was fed and he had work and he had an inheritance, yet he decided to take that inheritance and walk away and squander it away on the riches of the world because he thought that he would find true happiness and true joy by doing so. But little did he know that the Lord would bring him to the lowest part of his life. And we see the words of Jesus, come to me, all who are weary and heavy burdened, and I will give you rest. The son realized that he couldn't do it alone, that he needed the love of his father. And this story, this parable paints a beautiful picture of the open arms that Jesus has for us when we're at our low points, when we're at our dirty points, when we're at our shameful points, when we're beaten down by addiction and restrictions of our own life. This picture, this parable that Jesus spoke of in Luke 15 paints this ultimate picture of the love of the Father. So today, have you hit rock bottom? Are you there now? Are you in the pits? Are you the prodigal son or daughter that Jesus is speaking about in this story? He's saying, come to me, and I will give you rest. I'll give you fulfillment. I'll give you life. I will fill that void with my love. Guys, I love you, and I will see you tomorrow for day 4.